Gusii. Ndizi TV. Ubwansu Gusii. Gusii Urban Press.
Nagosogire omwancho muligere bwetaseni kya Ndizi TV ase tole no gosemelenga no genetso kobo kwego kya nemero belio autogeneto kobo to kwariganira himege taseni kya Ndizi TV kurwa kete goikira chinga kibune kya sentunde na ntokomera na sembe asekirenga igiyokone kya buna twanyale koba to kumanyinga nyale koba gwateka kuruchingongo chinga ki abasaki baito mangana maya bagendeto koba kwene kya buna bebusuire ase chinsemo airinde banyale koba bakuyarotota na kuyareta tonyale koba to sanga ase obwamo Chinsa Isano na Ibere chiabono mugaso etariki entangani kigime mutenyi oikomi na libo mwaka w'ikirubere na merongo ebere ne tato karibu sana tonyara ko batoko semani ngwira nande asekere ko etariki tambiri tonyara ko batoko sanga munae Joshua utanera tokubaterana amanere gwetera somono bwemanyiro na boigo John kebatiko ene kyabuna chibicha mulio gichago cheire asenchire yo boikira no mwancho muligeri nyora boigo Amayia ya nemero belio na boko yebwate gwetera se mitandao ya ito ya Facebook Ndizi TV News digital na boigo gwetera sensemo ya YouTube Ndizi TV News nyora boigo gwetera se website ya ito ya www.ndizitv.net na boigo konyara koba gokonyora Amayia ya bunanya koba gagwa teka etariki eya mochingaki amatemu alia akipse ya naboigo KCPE anyalia kobaga koera ase chiskuru imeyense ya Kenya igonyora boigo mwancho mulinganaro are amatemu yo mwele kigima KCPE go se ekelas kelia ekia gatano na gatatu gokorua anene kuarigania umoroberio omoya OCBC bachisemi oyura anyalia kobaga kogendera ase amatuko are motelitera ngoro kwa Josphat Hamisi karibu sana toko chaka kurase county ya Kisii ase ekyombe kia bakimbisi imeya orogongorwa Gusii banyale ko bakobwaterana amo na ekyombe kelia kurwase ensemo ya Nyanza na Western banyale ko bakobekana ama sekerenga gyo kwene kebuna banyale ko bakwana seriogi elimo eliokurira serikali nyale ko bagikwangu ya obwene bwa konyora engelia anene chinga kichiri banyale ko bagotagolirwa na goseri gwa kurwa ase chinga chiabo chinga kichirie chiesege nyale ko bagwateka imeyense ya Kenya no roboti rogendrete ko bagokorekana lakini kolende twanyara ko gochutelia maingi kigima bunagendrete ase ensemeyo.
Tumekubaliana kwa mmoja kwa sababu mmoja wetu alikuwa anafikiria majina ya watu wake yatakuwa yameachwa nje, na hiyo ndio maana sana tulikuwa tunakutana na tumetatua hiyo shida zote, mambo ya majina, mambo ya watu wake na watu wa kila mtu washapatanishwa pamoja ili watu wetu kama Kisii tufurahie pamoja. Tumekubaliana kwa umoja kwamba yale matatizo yote yametupiliwa mbali, kama ni mambo ya koti imetolewa na kila kitu kimekuwa swali.
Tumekuja kusuluhisha haya mambo kuhusiana na mwenzetu ambaye alikuwa analalama kwamba majina yake bado hayajachukuliwa, lakini leo tumemaliza hilo jambo, tutaenda kuangalia. Nataka kuwaomba ndugu waheshimiwa wachumbe wote kutoka Nyamira, Kisii wote waungane ili wasaidia wa Kisii ambao wametaafika kwa miaka mingi sana. Wakati wengine wanavyosaidia sehemu zao, hatuchui wale wachumbe ambao tuliowachagua nyinyi mko wapi. Tunadhani kwamba hili jambo tutalichukulia kwa uzito zaidi na kwa undani.
Mimi vile nasimamia hii network ya Nyanza Western Caucus IDPs, kulikuwa na marumbano kidogo, na fikiri leo wale maofisa walitumwa na serikali kuja kutuweka pamoja tumalize ile marumbano, tumemaliza.
Omoriki oitondemo Steven noagete ekambirio kwenekia buna oroboti urunguto ikirarore ase enchira yoboi kirano tutegarite me county ya Kisii chingaki bunge county ya Kisii egenda takoba kwanera engana na kurigereria buya anene ekengese kilichiko liria nyara koba ligo etigwa na kwenekia buna chikanisa chanyarire koba chikorwa ebango bono nigo ekiombe kia bateneri bechi dini inse ya Kisii Pastors and Clergy Forum banyara koba gweso kia na gotogia oboteneri bwe county ya Kisii sio mugavana Paul Simbarati asokwenekia buna aba MC abanyare koba bagoisaransa na kurigereria buya anene kengese ekyo kilichiko korengana na abateneri abo bechi dini nigo baburirie aba MC abo banyare koba bagotugutera are anene nsemo yelichiko yegoteba buna chikanisa nyare koba chikorwa ebango anene kwenekia ngana baro banyare koba bagosira okoiraniwa kwebango ime county ya Kisii.
Tate gukebeka ngaine chikanisa chitu chinyinge chirasiriro bachaito liaito chire self sponsoring na abantu twetenenere tandeta yatokonyora musara abantu bakurunyonyine sadaka ali mbali gwachoka ga gwechiro na ndekero ko balete kaniso bachoge gotatu ko bachikoto choga kabere biyamona so kuigwa na koirania mangana na arwata makai gali tu aboretie unabono ngakosoe kesha toru watobori kire wiki wakane chiri busano osego goso mutinyo wakane chiri gwemerongebere akino na noroche in practical terms negento getanyarekane ekerego ikanga amasakarari tokobeka togotangasa nga tukabwato mukutano kira risakarwa kane chiri shiringi 10 chibese chuchi yake mono gono ruchinga kwa gwata masakariri bweyamo achire chibese chinyinge ngako kobeke sign post yari akoro kinga bante kanise erego chiaiga nero ya attract chibese okubwatania omonte nyangi urakana na inde wakana serikali anene umanya guchana ndo wakana ase county umanya gukora that religious activity igengali nga basabu ngo basera tole tobaboye banyoma barasa ko ngakibona tukubara kwike Gusii barasa ko abantu batanyomete bose bajake ko basa abana baito bakorengererie nyange orongo kubasambwango kubwa gocha gokore nyange nebintu binde buna amasakara to akuru kubanas agotanga semekutano tobwate iga nganara rusigwe bango
togotigana naria arengete orogongo rwa gusito gusuka motwe magayi ya etaro ya yegose magayi yomuruti Charles oyo gatatu korwa sense ya Bongereza no mwanchi oye kamira kwikirana imense ya Kenya lituko lya igoro ni gagendrete amone taro ya yabene ase chinsemo ao ime county ya Nairobi nonya nabonigo anene omurai wense Dr. William Ruto anyaleta koba kobariganiria abageni abubaye ndagere mugoro basi banyaleta koba gukwanira amangi gati yali banyaleta koba gukwanira nigo William Ruto anyaleta koba gutogia serikali ya Bongereza sokwenekia buna yanyalira koba gekwinyora aba Kenya nabo igo gwanchirana nga abange baba Kenya nigo banyaleta koba baguchandika se amakoko y'abakoloni engaki elia aba Kenya bale koba kurwanira anene obosibole imense ya Kenya.
And the United Kingdom are celebrating 60 years of diplomatic relations. This by no means implies that our peoples were total strangers before that. Neither does it mean that we live in denial of our history. We cannot live as prisoners of the past. Neither can we go far into the future if we turn our backs on history and historical actions and omissions whose legacies encumber our present. As a matter of fact, formal British presence in Kenya was proclaimed in 1897 by an order in council, which inaugurated European settlement and the displacement, dispossession, and disenfranchisement of native Africans, paving the way for a brutal colonialism.
Chingaki echecho nigo omoroti oyo Charles gatatu obongeresa boiganya tokoba kwera chingaki echo nagwakera abakenya ngambia mono asoko mwarigania ere amoneya mate yaigocha imese ya Kenya gagukwana nigo Charles boigo arokanete gagwetia anene korebwata kana nemechando emenene abakenya banyarete koba bagwetera chingaki chiria cyo kurwanira obosibore naboigo abange babakanyara koba bagusiro bogima.
The wrongdoings of the past are a cause of the greatest sorrow and the deepest regret. There were abhorrent and unjustifiable acts of violence committed against Kenyans as they waged, as you said at the United Nations, a painful struggle for independence and sovereignty. And for that, there can be no excuse. In coming back to Kenya, it matters greatly to me that I should deepen my own understanding of these wrongs, and that I meet some of those whose lives and communities were so grievously affected. None of this can change the past, but by addressing our history with honesty and openness, we can perhaps demonstrate the strength of our friendship today. And in so doing, we can, I hope, continue to build an ever closer bond for the years ahead. As Jomo Kenyatta said, our children may learn about the heroes of the past. Our task is to make ourselves
Ensemo yakaria kuye gotoka ime county ya Nairobi nige konyorwa anene kubwatekana na abantu gose abanyangongo bari banyarete bakurwanira oboruti imense ya Kenya no banyarete ko bakweni wakubwatekana no gusiria obugima bwabo anene ase amagoko y'abakoloni nagikirira omuruti obongeresa Charles gatatu na boigo omwanjo Kamilas otarera ase ensemo iyo yechimbera na boigo ekoena na amaskani gochia ase abanyangongo na boigo bali banyarete bakwera libaga liabo kurwanira obosibole na gusiria obugima bwabo ase amagoko y'abakoloni omo prime cabinet secretary Musale Mudavadi nigabwate ngwana ya bene igoro yo kunyora enseme ya Kariako.
It's a war memorial grave, and I think he is programmed to honor some of the war veterans. These are people who were engaged in the Second World War, and you know, it took a toll on many people. And then since we are also a Commonwealth country, we were fighting on the same side in those wars. So this is a very, very significant moment to be able to reflect on that historical journey together.
You know, we've just shown our viewers some of the live pictures of the war veterans who were here, and Kenya will be thinking about compensation.
Well, that was the World War at that time, and I think what is important is that let's take each issue a step at a time. Today, it's the visit. It's a moment of him honoring the war veterans, and then if there are other issues that can be...
Kama tuego chiase amangana arengete sekta yo bachenu bono nigo abasubati meyense ya Kenya banyaleko bako bori go besoke elinde wikirana asebita seni byobo chenu gosachinya gitari eliokonyora obolingo ligwa na boigo obobwenia buburuire bwa kansa yorobera yanigo achire maigayense engima anene imense ya Kenya gotumia omotinyo ikomi korwa se sekta chobo chenu kwenekia buna abakenya banyaleko bakomanya obormanyi na boigo obosemia igoro yoboruire obo bwa cancer.
With cancer, 60% of the cancers are reported in women and 40% in children, in men, and a small percentage in children. So we have really to take care of our women, encourage screening.
Family history. If you have your mother having cancer of the breast, if you have your sister having cancer of the breast, if you have your aunties having cancer of the breast, there is a high probability that you can still get this cancer. So if you have this family history of cancer, it's good to be screened over and over because you have a high chance to also develop cancer.
Basi tunabato hii kitu. musipatie Devo chance, usimpatie Devo hata kidogo. Keep smiling. Mi tangu niambiwe, mi nilidecide kitu moja. Devo hata ni pull down, hata nipeleka chini. Lazima niendelee kusmile, lazima niendelee kuwa strong na hiki
Orotiro kubati mwancho muri kero kende nigorarete ogosasoka guchia se abana bali batanyarite ko bakonyara libaga go isaransera amatemu a standard 8 kubatekana kero kende na ogutatora chinguru kubatekana no buruire gose bitango binde byonsi bitanyarite ko ba biko nyara ko ba biko banya biko bali baga rinde banyara ko ba bakogendera na matemu ayo emambia lero nigo baikera gose baikera omwerio bwogokora kwa matemu aria a grade 6 Kisii na boigo aria a kerasi Isano na Isato a KCP kubatikana na abo bisabechi seminigo batebera matemu yanyare kobaga gokorwa senchira yobotoire no boitongo a Chinsemo a Amayia County ya Nakuru niga abo bisa bechi semi boigo banyara koba bagotebanga serikali yanyare koba igekobeka emeroberio a ilikoene kiabuna abaria abana bali batanyare koba gokora amatemu ayo banyara koba bakwewali bagalinde banyare koba bakoyakora senchira yoboikiranu inyora boigo mwancho murigereria amatemu aya KCP goseye kerasi kia gatano gatatu na royo moelio anene a somoroberio rachikoba go kubwato kwa na boigo gochaka omoroberio moye bwechisemi OCBC
exams or because of sicknesses and such instances. I think what has happened is that the government has put in place the measures to make sure that those students who have missed this Kenya certificate of primary education in this period will be able to sit for those exams, because there is no other class that will be doing this KCB any other time. So the government is putting in elaborate plans to make sure that any student, any pupil that has missed the KCP will be plans are being made to make sure that they sit for that exam, especially those who are sick, those who have not been able to do this exam, or those who are in areas that have been affected by other incidences. Noting that there will be no other time that Kenya certificate of primary education would be issued. There is no KCB next year.
I can comfortably say that we have done it well. And today being the last day for Kisii and KCPE, we hope to conclude well. From Monday to today, in Nakuru County, we had no cases, no difficult cases, and a case like just one that we had where a juvenile was in prison for like crime committed, she's still doing the exams wherever she is. So out of the candidates that are sitting for the exam, all of them have actually done their exams, and we had no incident.
Mwanjo murigeria ingati yari togene tokoba kubwatiria kurwa semesa ya ito yama ya inyorangomera na tole amona Chinsa 10 gukomanya aya amona yande amange togende tokoba kwariganira Joshua uta nero togwatira nere kwenekia buna gochiri gwetera somonwa bwe manyirio chinga ki John ke batenyara koba kwenekia buna chibicha manyirio gicha gochira senchire yoboy kerano letera ngoro kwa Josphat Hamisi na kuganerie oburigeria obya bwe meroberio yigeta sendika Ndizi TV.